How does a short, fragile, overlooked kid from the Bronx make it to the biggest stage in college football history? Being related to the Sparks family, you can say our young back grew up in an athletic family. Zamir Stevens Sr., being the shortest in the family, had much success as a shutdown corner, but having multiple run-ins with the law ended his career tragically. Zaire Stevens, the oldest brother, was an elite cornerback taken after his father, but meet the black sheep of the family, Zamir Stevens Jr. Like his cousin Benny being 6'4", he's coming in his last year as a senior in high school as a 5'11" running back. And while everyone is pressuring him to become a cornerback, Zamir went on to become the greatest running back in college football history. Coming into high school as a 5-star brought a lot of pressure, but my guy wasn't worried. Every kid on the field moved like zombies, and with his father's speed and field vision gave him one up on the rest of the kids his age. But being the best in the nation wouldn't solve all his problems, and with all these big schools coming after him, he will have to choose wisely. It's time for signing day, and with the media going crazy, it was time for his decision. Being expected to go to Bama and following in his dad's footsteps, Zamir had other plans. He wanted to go somewhere where he could start his own legacy, but little did he know that would be the biggest mistake he ever made in his life. His first year wasn't the best, fumbling in games and the fact that no national championship were in sight made it worse. But what seemed to be a bad year after all wasn't. Zamir made friends, and by the middle of the year, they became family, dancing in the end zone and winning some games here and there. And the exact decision that would ruin his goal to win the national championship became the same exact thing to put him in the spotlight for the Heisman. After ending the year off with 1,400 rushing yards and 1,400 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns, you can say Zamir clearly deserved to be in the Heisman talk, but other people didn't think that. After the video surfaced online showing Zamir at the ceremony, it sparked controversy, with people saying he did not deserve the trophy because he was in an easy conference. But after a long wait, it was time to get picked for the Heisman. Zamir being very nervous, he wouldn't think in a million years that he would win the Heisman Trophy. But after waiting a while longer, he was called up, and with the world in shock, he won the Heisman. And now he only had one more goal: to win a national championship. He knew in the back of his head he would not be able to do it at San Jose State, so he would have to make a big decision. After the award ceremony, San Jose State had a new coach, begging Zamir to stay one more year. But Zamir had other plans. He wanted to carry on his father's legacy at Alabama. Zamir felt bad, but he knew it was time to make a change. Zamir knew joining Alabama would come with a lot of responsibility, and most definitely accountability. He would have to work harder than he ever worked before, but he didn't care. Coming in a new environment, new jerseys, and new vibe, Zamir was loving the atmosphere. Wasting no time, Zamir went out for a pass and got crushed. You could tell my guy was not ready for that. Very next drive, Zamir realized a man wasn't paying attention and has his man beat on an out route for a touchdown to put up 14 on the board. And you know my boy have to get it. Yes, sirski. Next play, our QB make a big mistake and threw an interception. Yeah, I don't know who he was throwing to, but it sure wasn't Zamir. Next play, I don't know where the defense was, but Zamir had an open field for a nice touchdown. Like, bro, where's the D? And just like that, the game was in the books, winning 35-17, with Zamir having 100 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns. My boy gave them the business. And reporters are asking my boy what he's looking forward to this season. Well, my boy came from the portal with a lot of people doubting him, so of course he's going to show his talents. Imagine getting a steak deal when you actually like steak is outrageous. But you know what's even better? Getting national recognition. Hey, keep it up, my guy. Zamir and the team walking in like bosses only mean one thing. It was time to go to work. We knew coming into this game against Ohio wouldn't be a piece of cake. And with Zamir starting off on the ground would be great, judging by his last game he played. But this game was a little different. Bama's tight ends went crazy. Alongside Zamir going nuts on the receiving end, make this game look like it was going to be a walk in the park. And with Ohio State failing to get on the board once again, give Bama a chance to keep up. But with Zamir's catching and running ability, Bama was able to slice through this tough defense. And the fact that our season is full with top tier schools, that means we will have to bring it all season long. But with the attitude this team has, this could be a championship team. Okay, I gotta stop gassing teams up a little too early. How can I not with the team scoring like this? See, maybe that was because I gave them good luck, right? Everything was going in the right direction. Even the coaches were excited as we were. But all that happiness would go away as the QB would throw an interception. But Zamir being there to stop the play made it even better. Look at my guy out there on defense doing his thing. And Ohio State wasn't able to execute, with Zamir scoring the last touchdown. and the game ending being 24-13. Not an easy win, but we'll take it.
And my guy Zamir struggled this game with 87 yards rushing with 1 touchdown, 124 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. You can say he struggled this game. And when things couldn't get any worse, now we have another team that's going to be playing just like this team. Coming into this game, the tension was high, but Zamir has something to prove. And for a second, I don't know what happened to him, but it was like UCLA was just playing against him for a second. He only had 1 rushing touchdown last game, so I bet my guy took it personal. Am I the only one just realizing that Zamir could low-key play wide receiver? Like Zamir was unintentionally destroying UCLA's defense single-handedly. Another drive, once again, catching a pass squeezing for a touchdown. This touchdown made Zamir Sr. jump out of his seat as he watches his son put Bama up by 7. Okay, Zamir, I love the energy. And with the game on the line, Zamir takes off for a massive catch down the sideline and shakes a defender. The haters couldn't believe Zamir Stevens Jr. would be making an impact at Bama, but here he is wrapping up the game, winning the game 30-14 with 56 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. And the next week, we went off to lose to Oregon State. What a tough loss. And why does Timothy Rodriguez do always in our business, man? But now we're off to play the undefeated Oklahoma. After a tough loss at Oregon State last week, Zamir won it all. And by the looks of it, the game was already over. We was up early in the game. But the way Zamir was getting hit, you could tell obviously he was being targeted. But it wasn't enough to stop Zamir from breaking free every play he got, resulting in another win against a good team. But after losing to a trash team last week, I really don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, I guess getting national recognition made me feel better. And a random NIL deal, I mean, it's okay, Zamir. We're going to share the money anyways. And speaking of money, it's time to get paid because my boy Zamir takes off for a long catch. That was a beautiful way to start off the game. Come on, 47. You're not going to catch. Well, spoke too soon. This play, my boy looked like he was in the gym. Okay, I see you, Zamir. Okay, my boy, don't show off too bad. Oh, yeah, get it. Get it. I don't know what happened in this play, but he turned my boy into a bird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won't do that again, but he will definitely do it again because with the game on the line, he went and dolphin dive inside the touchdown, winning the game 24-21. As Zamir's sophomore year is progressing, national recognition has been a normal thing for him, but what he has been doing on and off the field is starting to pay off. He's starting to appear in the Heisman talk, and he's doing a great job representing his father at Bama. Against Vandy, Zamir was a nightmare, running the ball and getting a huge chunk of yards, catching passes for a huge amount of yards, and also scoring touchdowns. And as Zamir dances on the opposing team, they will win the game 38-3, obliterating Vandy. I'm sorry, Alex, man. We're on a hot streak. We're not going to any parties, man. Get out my face. Oh, okay, my bad. I mean, get out Zamir's face. And the fact that coaches depending on Zamir to win the game is crazy. On the road at Tennessee, a long travel away from home. Before the game, there was an Instagram post saying that Bama would lose 56-0. As both teams come onto the field, the confidence shifted quickly because while they were worried about other players of Bama, they completely forgot about Zamir. And Zamir came out and was a complete nightmare on the field. I mean, the score wasn't that bad, but Zamir was definitely trying to leave a statement. Who would have thought the son of a elite cornerback could dominate on the level as a running back? But Zamir sure did give Tennessee that work. I don't know what made Zamir mad. Maybe it was the Instagram post. I don't know. But I can assure you, Tennessee won't post anything else on Instagram again. From catching deep passes and taking big hits while celebrating, I mean, what can you do with a guy like this? But it's a little too late for Tennessee to do anything with Bama, upsetting them 27-10. Now go post that score on Instagram. At home, South Carolina wasn't a big threat, but we couldn't be sloppy. Every dog has its day, but not this dog because Zamir was determined to go crazy. Scoring doing his little dancey dance, I think coach liked it. Hopping over a defender, slicing and dicing through tackles. For the first time, my guy gets crushed and fumbles. Yeah, it was depressing, but nothing will be more depressing than a team losing to one man. Bro, Zamir better be paying me for this. I'm literally gassing this man up right now. But after fumbling, Zamir dropped 2 touchdowns to seal the deal, shutting down South Carolina 41-24. And Zamir got tired of crediting everyone else. He wanted to credit himself. And bro, who you calling a youngster, man, with your big peanut head, boy? Okay, hear me out. I've never seen a Visa NIL deal, bro. But on a serious note, after going off to beat LSU, it was time for the Heisman ceremony. Was Zamir scared? Yes. But it wasn't like he didn't belong there. Most of the dudes there had crazy stats this season. It got to the point where I was scared for him. The haters said he wouldn't be there in a tougher conference, and people couldn't believe he made it. But it was time to see who won. With a chip on his shoulder from people saying he couldn't make it, and he couldn't win it, it was time to settle this once and for all. Remember, he came all this way, from dominating high school to becoming an elite back his first year, to becoming the most fair running back this season. The announcer chose Zamir. The room lit up. His family and coaches were happy. Now that the jitters are put to rest, it was time to accomplish something
something even bigger, a national championship. Being the #1 team in the nation, we were off to play BYU. There were no room for error. In this game, Zamir had this team in shambles. I mean, it's not like they weren't fighting back, but with a player like Zamir, how could you compete? BYU kept dropping points, but every time they scored, Zamir came out of the bushes with another. After a while, this dogfight of a game had to come to an end, with Bama winning 20-24. On the road to the Miami Hurricanes, this game was our ticket to the national championship. Starting off the game, Zamir had a few good stretches, and the game was easy like Sunday morning. With Miami not giving in, this will be a tough matchup. With the game coming to a tie, we started to question if we were going to make it to the national championship. While the game had to go into overtime, it was do or die, and now that the game is on the line, Zamir thought that this was the perfect time to show his clutch ability, and so he did, catching passes back to back. Opponents couldn't stop him. He was diving over the whole line. Bro could really be an Olympic long jumper if he wanted to with those hops, but after securing the touchdown to take out number 4 Miami, it was time for Zamir to live what he dreamt about as a little boy, going to a national championship. But with all the success he had this whole season, he knew it would not be easy. He knew this team wanted it as bad as he did. We were here. This felt so surreal. To Zamir, starting off the game, Zamir was so overly nervous. He looked like a kid playing Little League football. I mean, my guy wasn't into it at all. He was dropping passes and everything. I genuinely don't know what our QB was doing, bro. Bro was looking like he had a 1040 vision out there. Like, golly, give this man a map. Well, it's 2026. Bro may need a GPS. And when things couldn't have gotten worse, the QB threw a pick 6 to put Ohio up 2 touchdowns. And from there, we would go off losing 35-14. Yeah, this sucks. And to come all this way to lose because of our QB was scared really hurt Zamir. Did Zamir fail his dad and family? What do you think? And disclaimer, I have a poll out for what position to do next. So if you made it this far, can you take a second to vote? I would really appreciate it. And as always, see you in the next one. Love you guys.